Older users of Reddit, what are some of your biggest regrets in life? Story 1. I am 50 years old and I have had an interesting life. It's never been easy, and I believe life is easy for no person, but I don't regret anything except not saying I love you more times over the years. I'm working on increasing that these days. Even my most horrifying mistakes have sculpted my mind and body to be the person I am today. I want to honor my past, my failures and successes. That's pretty much all life is, a collection of experiences. Story 2. Not knowing what I wanted to do, I went after the money doing something I was naturally good at. I avoided the stuff I was interested in because I figured I could become one of the first people in my family with money, like I was given a great gift of intelligence and I should use it, sort of thing. I never considered how much I would actually hate doing it for a living. And now I'm too qualified to go work in the fields I'm actually interested in. I can't stand sitting behind a desk, working in an office staring at screens all day. It's horrible. Seriously, never go after the money. It's not worth it. I hate my job. I'm probably one of the few people with a business degree that makes good money, but I wish I'd studied engineering or become a chef or a mechanic, something working with my hands. Story 3. Getting married to the wrong person. Now I'm close to 40, no kids, mostly bald. No one wants to take a chance on me. I just spent a weekend hanging out with friends who have 6, 10-year-olds, and I really think I've missed out. I wasted my time and her time. Time is the one thing you can't get back, fellow Redditors. Don't waste it on the wrong person. Story 4. Letting the weight back on after losing it. Being afraid of sex. Complaining about visiting my grandparents. If they were here today, I would immediately tell them how much they meant to me. Taking chances. Not taking chances. Settling for suburban life. Letting my imperfections consume me. Not every guy is a human tripod, and I have zero control over that anyway. Story 5. There are lots of little things I regret but refuse to really spend the time thinking about. Trips I didn't take, jobs I didn't try to succeed at, girls I didn't kiss, girls I did kiss, and so on. When I think about it, though, I don't really regret any of that stuff. Not even the inevitable failure of my first marriage. The only thing I truly regret is drinking too much alcohol for 13 years. Waiting to find out if it kills me, like it did my grandfather, makes me feel sad. Story 6. Not getting married and having children. My dad is dying, and it sucks to know that I won't have someone that gives a dime about me when my time comes. Story 7. Spending 5 years helping my ex get over an abusive relationship with the guy she was with before me. She ran off with another guy a few weeks before our wedding. Story 8. I regret that I didn't go talk to a psychologist and get diagnosed with Asperger's sooner. I was diagnosed last year at the age of 39 after yet another problem at work. Before, I'd always let people talk me out of it and tell me I'm normal. My dad passed 3 years ago, and he always said how difficult I was, and I know he struggled to understand me. If I had known sooner, maybe I wouldn't have been such a disappointment to him. Story 9. The most interesting thing I've read about regrets is that people's short-term regrets are very different from their long-term regrets. If you ask a man what he regrets about last month, then he'll say that he should have worked harder. If you ask old men what they regret about their life, then it's that they worked too much and spent too little time with friends and family. Story 10. I wish in high school I would have been more sociable. I wasn't necessarily shy, but always felt like I didn't fit in with everyone else in school except for my one best friend. I went to a small all-girls school, and that one friend and I have drifted apart, unfortunately. I always thought at the time the issue was with everyone else, but I went to my recent reunion and it was filled with absolutely lovely women who I'd be great friends with if we met today. It made me realize a lot of the issue earlier lay not with them, but with me at that time. And when I see how close my brother and sister are to their gang of friends from their teenage years even today, While I have plenty of friends from later in life, it does make me regret that I'll never have friends for life like they do. Story 11. When we were away at separate colleges, the girl I was madly in love with decided that she did not want to miss her only chance to be a college hoe. So, when she told me of her decision to date other people in between my monthly visits to her, I stupidly decided that I loved her enough to wait it out. I wish I had enough self-esteem to believe that if I could get one amazing girl to be my girlfriend, then perhaps one day I would find another amazing girl. I wish I could go back and tell her that either she's my girlfriend or she's not my girlfriend, and if she decides not to be my girlfriend, then I will wish her have a nice life and go on my way. I regret spending 4 years trying to make it work. Story 12. I am in my 40s and I have had a really tough adulthood. While I know that my experiences have shaped who I am, there is one experience in particular that nearly killed me, both literally and mentally. In some ways, I am a shadow of my former self because of 8 years in domestic violence. This man tried to destroy everything that was wonderful about me, and some of things have been very difficult to get back. I am jaded. I don't trust and almost hate most men who want to date me. I like men in general, though. I am a better, stronger person in some ways, but in others, I don't know that I will ever be healed. It's been 9 years since I left him with my children, got lifetime protection orders, a divorce, and full custody. I began my life again from scratch. I left everything behind. My regret is not leaving as soon as I found out I was pregnant with my youngest. Older is not his child. He never would have known I had gotten pregnant because it would have been easy enough to hide from him given the distance that we live apart, different provinces. That, and I would have taken better care of myself physically. I don't hate my body, but I would like to be smaller for the sake of my health. I am working on that. Story 13. My biggest regret was not getting into therapy sooner. I knew that I self-medicated my issues with behavior and addictions, but was too immature to face them. Now that I have, my life has such a higher quality. It's no longer what I do in my life, but the quality of each day and my interactions with others. Story 14. I don't know what qualifies as older. I turn 30 very soon. I have let 3 really great girls slip away over the last 10 years because I was so interested in being single and just trying to hook up with chicks. Well, now all of my friends have girlfriends, fiancé, or wives and are settling down, and finding a good girl seems to get harder by the day at this age. I regret not taking my relationships more seriously. Story 15. Not moving out of my small town of 6,000 people. I got comfortable and put down roots here. Really wish I would have moved somewhere with more opportunities. I was going to join the Coast Guard at the same time as a buddy of mine, but I backed out because of a girl who ended up dumping me a year later, and he joined anyway. He lives all the way across the country in Washington. He's retired at 40 and works part-time. Story 16. Looking back, my advice based on lessons learned. Take chances. Ask that girl or guy out. Don't be afraid to fail. Enjoy your health and body when it works perfectly and recovers quickly. Learn to eat right and spend within your means when you're on a tight budget. I did none of those things and spent most of my 30s paying off the credit card debt and working off the piles of fast food and soda from my 20s while wondering how life would have been different if I hadn't buried myself in computer games and avoided human contact for so long. Today I'm 42, and while I have loose skin from losing nearly 70 pounds, I'm in the best shape of my life and run Spartan races with a fantastic group of friends. I'm finally out of debt with a great job but have almost no savings or retirement planning. Story 17. Not knowing that youth is a great excuse for doing dumb things. I wish I had taken more chances. I wish I had known how precious youth was. Love, like youth, is wasted on the young. I wish I had realized that I would get old. I was impatient, even rude to elderly people. Now it's payback for me, but I am cheerful about it. I do apologize if I am fiddling to get my card out of my purse when there is a queue behind me. I never take offense if someone cuts in front of me. I don't ever tell young people that they will get old one day. I was told that, but never believed it. Story 18. Not being financially independent, there is no shame, in spite of what some seem to think, on being a stay-at-home mom/wife. However, do something to make sure you are able to have that independence. In my case, I helped my spouse in his military career, in the words of each of his commanders, took care of the entertaining, the child from birth to college age, did whatever was expected of me or asked of me, but did not take care of my own needs, and certainly did not pay attention to our finances, as that was his job. Only after 50-plus years and a divorce did I learn how I got cheated financially. So, I regret not learning about our finances, not getting out of my comfort zone and trusting those closest to me, and learning independence.
Thank you all for watching. Please leave your story down in the comment below. There's a good chance that it could end up in a future video. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe, as it would really help out the channel.